Hi, Frank Thacker here, and welcome to the Daily Peacemaker. So, lately we've been talking about two areas that affect all of us in terms of going about creating this culture of peace. And those two areas are the path of evolution and the path of nonviolence. And so we all have our gifts and talents that vary from obviously from individual to individual, but those two areas, the our own evolution and our own growing ability to live more nonviolently, affect both of us. And as I was looking at these two over the past few months, these two areas of nonviolence and evolution, began to see that they're really intertwined in the sense that as you grow in one, you grow in the other. Um, and so what we've been doing is looking at that at a little deeper level. And last time we looked at one of the principles of living nonviolently is that the arc of the universe bends towards justice, which is to say that the process of evolution will take a long time. And when we looked at the evolutionary side, we didn't see, we had a chart, and you can find it at either the Daily Evolve or you can go to the Daily Peacemaker. And on their resource page, you can find this chart that shows over the last 250,000 years, humanity has evolved. And so the arc of the universe, the evolution of humanity is indeed happening. So another principle of nonviolence is that nonviolence is a way of life for courageous people. So when I first heard that, I was like, "Ooh, that sounds a little egoic, nonviolence is a way of life for courageous people. And if you are following the way of nonviolence, you are courageous. And if you're not, well, you're not courageous." Well, that's not what it says, obviously. It just says that if you're going to walk this path of nonviolence, it is going to take a lot of courage. And you can say the same for the path of evolution. If you are going to evolve, it's going to take a lot of courage. I think the biggest thing that happens as you move into living more nonviolent each day or evolving, people are going to start to ridicule you a little bit. You were basically going to move out of the mainstream, and people, if you look at it from the nonviolence perspective, people are going to call you passive. They're going to call you afraid. They're going to call you idealistic. They're going to ask you, what world do you live in? Nonviolence will never work, and stuff like that. And if you look at it from the perspective of evolution, as you evolve, people are going to start to um, ridicule in the sense of, oh, you're highly evolved. Oh, you're on this special path. Why don't you just sit down and lead an ordinary life? Um, Good example. If you are, say, a member of a religious faith, and you were in this position of your faith is the only way, it's the only good faith. And as you start to evolve, you begin to see, well, maybe other faiths, other religious traditions have a lot of validity to them. And if you start talking about that in your group that is still focused or centered on their way is the only way, their faith is the only faith, as you start to move out of that, you're probably going to lose some friends. They're probably going to start to castigate you. Those types of things are going to probably happen. So so it takes a lot of courage to change, to move beyond your comfort level, to move beyond groups you were associated with. Um, the other aspect of courage is that, as probably most of us know, the word courage is rooted in the French word for heart. And so you're going to have a lot of heartfelt interiority to pursue these paths because they're not easy. To try to live nonviolently each day better than the day before, or to continue on this path of evolution. It can be pretty discouraging. You're probably not always going to do a good job. So you really have to have that courage, that inner courage of your heart, that steadfastness, if you want to call it that, that ability to not get discouraged, to not lose hope. All those things are rooted in the heart, so that sense of the heart as the seat of courage, steadfastness, stick-to-itness, whatever words you want to use in there. Um, it's important. So those two areas, excuse me, take courage, both in the way of living non-violently and in the way of evolving. Because the courage is going to be when you start to move out of your comfort zone and out of your group, if you will. People are going to start to castigate you, make fun of you, try to pull you back. So that aspect, and then the other aspect of not losing heart, as you move forward. So again, you see those two areas, nonviolence, living more nonviolently, and evolving. Both take courage. So with that in mind, I will stop there. So hopefully you will find the courage to keep going. And it's always good to be with you, and hope to talk to you soon. As always, questions, insights, those types of things are valued. All right, take care. Peace.